Two of the books that in recent time that have flown right into my top 10 are Tales of Argosa and Shadowdark. And the book that I'm looking at today was written by the author and creator of Tales of Argosa and has been adapted to Shadowdark. Is it going to be any good? Is it going to be something you need to add to your collection? You know it's going to be good because my camera is on and I'm talking about this. So this is something that I've actually bought. I bought it via Kickstarter. It has just gone live today on TTRPG and it is on a huge discount. Hence the reason why I've been waiting to do this video for several. I've had the book now for I think about 3 weeks. Maybe 2 weeks, somewhere around there. So I've gone through the book, absolutely love it. I've been talking backwards and forwards to Steve on my Discord about wanting to record this. I was like, when's it going live on TTRPG? And it's just gone live today, hence the reason for this video, so I can share it with everyone so everyone can know where to see it. Because I think there's nothing worse than watching a video for something, someone talking about how wonderful it is, and then basically telling you you can't actually buy a copy of it. So here we have the drive-through RPG link. So it is Adventure Anthology for Shadowdark by Pickpocket Press, which is Steve's own company. It's available in PDF or PDF and hardback copy. I've got a copy of the hardback copy coming at some stage. I'm just waiting for drive-through RPG to send it to me. So I bought this off the Kickstarter. Don't need to worry about the Kickstarter now because it is live on drive-through RPG here. So the PDF is £15. So what's that, about $20, somewhere around about there? Or you can get the hardback copy for $28. So it's almost twice as much. And currently on sale, so for the discounted price, you can actually get the hardback copy of the book and get the PDF included. So you'd be a fool to go down the middle. When you buy this, please do use my affiliate link. It does help me just pay for books like this, and I then put it towards other things. Any money that comes from drive-through RPG, I just put back into, so it goes back to other creators, and then I can do a video on that if I've enjoyed what I bought. Right, let's get into this book. It is a 220-page, 22 mission adventure. So it's the Adventure Anthology, written around the framework of Collection of One, that has been converted to Shadowdark, and it's been converted by William MB, as he goes by on Facebook, because I always probably mispronounce his name, but I've got several of his books. I have reviewed some of his books, and the reviews are due to come. This has taken priority and jumped over books that I've recorded in the future because it's just gone live, hence the reason this is sort of stepped over it. So it has been converted by, I would say, pretty decent prestige, and obviously it's been written by Steve in general. So we have got 22 adventures, 220 pages, available in PDF and hardback copy. So you can see what I'm going to be getting at some stage when drive-through RPG actually send it to me. Steve has got, there's a video, I think, further down at the bottom, so if you want to watch his flick through there, and it does just let you know all of the adventures in here. They are all from, I think it's 1st to 7th level, but this is enough of drive-through RPG. You just want to see the book, don't you? So let's just jump straight over and take a look at the book. So here we have the front cover. I believe it's the same front cover for the original anthology, or at least similar. Okay, so we'll just go through it. So opening credits. So it's authored by Stephen Grodzicki. I keep pronouncing his name that way. He's never corrected me, so hopefully I am correct. By Pickpocket Press. I say he is the author of Tales of Argosa, which if you haven't bought yet and it's not in your collection, shame on you. It's wonderful. Go and watch my review. We will be doing one of the live reviews and giveaways on it. I think it's going to end up in June now. Layout and conversion is done by William Murakami Brundage. I think I probably butchered it again. I should just stick with William MB as he goes with on Facebook. So it's fully converted to Shadowdark. Contents. So there are no hyperlinks in the book, which is sad, but I'll let him off. So opening is how to use the book, and then we are just got the table of adventures, which is really handy, and then the rest of the book is just laid out all the individual adventures. How to use the book is quite an important section. So, welcome wanderers. You hold in your hands a compilation of 22 short, sharp, independent adventures for use with Shadowdark. They're designed for low prep, improvised play. Each scenario comes with hooks, rumors, core adventure, random encounters, NPCs, etc. So this book is designed to, someone cancels a session and you can go, right, do you know what, let's do a one shot of Shadowdark. You can easily add this into another adventure, but everything is built in there just to sort of dump it on the table, open it up and go. They are really well written and laid out in a way that is going to be very, very simple for anyone to follow. There are all the maps included that you're going to need. So we've got 19 maps in here, and the settings uses common locations such as cities, forests, mountains, underground, which we'll go through in a second. And it's for levels, I said 1 to 7, so I was right. And each adventure will run round about 6 to 10 hours. So you're going to use probably 2 sessions for most parties, maybe some into 3, okay? And it was originally written for low fantasy gaming, so some of the places there will be place names and you can just easily convert them to whatever campaign setting. If you're running your own homebrew, you possibly could keep the names in there. If you're running an actual Shadowdark campaign setting, or this is Shadowdark, you can quite easily convert Shadowdark to Castles and Crusades, old schools essentials. There's lots of that is the wonder of Shadowdark. You could even move it to 5e with a little bit of converting if you want to. One of the things that's missing here is you will find no read out loud text here. So every time the GM reads out a text box, an ad-lib fairy dies. So to help with prep, that's come out. I find myself, which is kind of weird when I have these, the read out loud text box is sometimes I read them out loud, and obviously as a dyslexic, it's a bit of a weird thing to read someone else's work as it is. But I then find myself explaining what's in that box because I feel that I probably have butchered the way that it comes across. Okay, layout of the book. I love this. So here, the next 3 pages just detail here all 22 adventures, and they've nicely done them in level order. I've done some reviews of books that it's really higgledy-piggledy though. They'll have like a 3rd level adventure, then a 7th, then a 1st, then back to a gauntlet. So this will then, so it gives you the name of the adventure here, the page number that they're on, the site, so whether it's a hill adventure, city, underground, swamp, lake, sea, which doesn't appear that often in the book. I think, is that the only one? 'Cause that's the one with the map of the ship, as you'd imagine, because you're going to need a ship if you're going to, based on it. And then a summary of each of the adventures in here. So, right, just going forward, there will be spoilers, not full spoilers. I'm not really going to spoil any of the adventures. But obviously, if you're a player and you want your GM to buy this, go away. Don't carry on watching. If you're a games master, stick around because you're going to want to throw some or all of these at your players. But I think with 22 adventures and just over 20, that's £1 an adventure. That's absolute bargain. If you get the PDF, 50p an adventure. It's huge value. I'm getting into the sort of my conclusion before I get there. So what we'll do is I'll flick through the book. So we're going to start off with the Call of Colossus, which all the adventures will have this sort of thing. So they'll have any new specific rules or changes for it. You've got the sort of hook here and the preamble and the adventure overview. So this is the sort of static that you're going to see throughout the book. You'll then normally get into whatever the important NPCs. So they're normally right at the start with a brief description of their motivations, how they look, how they're going to be sort of interacting with the players in there. The random tables, if there are any, are in here. So this is your first one. So this is your gauntlet. I think there's 12 to 16 players. Throw them in there and see who survives. Whoever survives is going to get to go to level 1. And well done. Hopefully loads will die, because that's the fun of gauntlets. Get players to roll 3 or 4 players up as well. So Goblin the Vault. So this is where we get into the first level adventure. So here we got, so your details of the adventure itself, details of goblins, and then the vault. So again, this is the overview of the adventure, the important NPCs that are in here. You've then got the map, and then following through all the locations. As you'd imagine from a dungeon crawl, they're all numbered and with the areas in there and detailing all the traps and monsters that are going on. This is one of the city locations here, and it just details sort of sort of the sort of what's the first thing I'm trying to say is the city encounters. So we've got 20 encounters that you can roll randomly, or you can actually just pick them out, all the NPCs and the map of the city. Here's the one based on the ship. So this is where what I like about this is, and you wait till we get to the last one, so 22, which is just off the wall. Absolute fun. We've got one here on a ship, back down into different dungeons that are going on. Rooftop Rumble. This is a chase mission where Santa Claus he's a famous assassin, and you basically need to chase him across a rooftop and towns with a variety of different things that are going to go on during the chase. So I'd say the book itself is just done in a way that all the adventures not all of them are completely different. There are dungeon crawls and separate dungeon crawls, but we've got the town ones, the swamp ones, variety of different locations, which I think it's just a really good fun way of doing stuff. And here we got some like mines and stuff as well. This was really interesting. Carnifexium, I think, which is a grand celebration of a blood sport that commences in a few weeks. So it's basically building up to a gladiator arena type situation. This is what I'm saying. It's just all nicely different, because some of these books, when you pick them up, and they'll go, there's like 10 or 15 adventures in the book. I'm just going to carry on going through the book so you can just see the art and the maps and stuff without trying to spoil it too much. But some of them, they will just have a similar theme throughout the whole of the book, which you don't mind if you're buying a themed book. But this is like an anthology of, say, it's 22. I'm assuming they were one-shots for low fantasy that, some say Steve has put together into one book. But this is another one as well, because this is a different map. So most of the maps are two-dimensional, top-down. And this is I don't even know the word for this, where a cross-section map. So this is like the top to the bottom. There's just so much variety, and you've got these hideous spiders, which is a bit of a giveaway at the top here. No one likes adventures with massive spiders in. Or this one. Sorry, I'm a little bit excited. This is ace. This is I'm just going to spoil it quickly. It's a trapped idol that the players touch. They then shrink. And again, if you watch this channel, I love curses, and this is a cursed idol that the players then shrink down, and then they're stuck inside this rat that they then have to try and escape. It's just off the wall madness, but utterly brilliant. I'm going to tell you to buy this, and not only support Steve. Steve is a great guy. And I do this on quite a lot of the videos, because most of the people that reach out to me, or I reach out to them, I do get talking to a fair bit. But I say this all the time, he has got the best bracers on the internet. He does wear them in his videos. But I do like the fact that Tales of Argosa is a great book, and you could adapt this to Tales of Argosa as well, quite easily. But it's just a really good one. And this is the only thing it's missing is numbers, because I've now got to the last one, just more by memory than it doesn't need to know that this is number 22. But this is utterly amazing. Okay, so I'm just going to go back and just show you. This is a reverse dungeon. So it's not a typical scenario. It's a reverse dungeon inspired by 2E's reverse dungeon module. Means nothing to me. I never read it. But what you're doing, and there was computer games based on this. I think it was called Dungeon Keeper or Dungeon Master. I can't quite remember. But the players, run the dungeon. Me, as the games master, I control the humans, or deciding on what it will be, that are then coming into the dungeon to get the artifact. So Flipping it on the head, their whole goal is to murder hobo every human that comes in to try and get the artifact that is hidden in one of the rooms. That's it. It's brilliant. I would buy it for that adventure alone. I'm looking forward to. This is the one that I'm probably going to start with, just because it is so different. Because I've never even seen. Yeah, I've said played computer games, and there was a board game as well. I can't think what that was called, where you run a dungeon. I think that is Dungeon Keeper. I don't know, but yeah, that 22 where you are running a dungeon. But as the games master, you know, you're letting the players run the dungeon to murder hobo everything. It is such a good book. Value for money, I say 50p an adventure to £1 an adventure if you go, whether you go physical or hard or PDF is absolutely brilliant. I say 22 very different adventures. You've got that chase one where you're trying to kill Santa. It is a very much Christmas themed one shot, but it's a good chase sequence. Absolutely love this book. Well done, Steve. Well done, William, for the convert. Yeah, go and buy it. Sorry, I'm probably making you spend even more money again. I do get that in the comments, so I'm really sorry. But I bought it. I spent my money on it, so you should have to. And if you are going to buy it, please do use my affiliate link. And those that are using my affiliate link, thank you. I only know of one person, because one person's ever put something in the comments to say that they've used my affiliate link. So yeah, if you are using my affiliate link, thank you, because I have no way of knowing. If you've enjoyed this video, which I know you will have done, because you'll now be spending money, not necessarily because you've enjoyed it because of me, but because of the book that I'm looking at, go and buy this anthology. It's absolutely amazing. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel. You know what to do. I'll see you on the next video. Thank you for watching.